Nobody cares. That is the first truth you need to understand. Nobody cares about your excuses. Nobody cares about your struggles. Nobody cares about the obstacles in your way. And that might sound harsh, but it is freeing. Because once you realize that nobody is coming to save you, once you accept that the world does not owe you anything, you take back your power. You stop waiting. You stop complaining. You stop looking for validation. You stop needing anyone's approval. And instead, you get to work. Most people waste their lives waiting for someone to give them a break, waiting for someone to recognize their potential, waiting for someone to feel sorry for them and help them out. But the truth is, nobody is thinking about you that much. Everybody is too busy dealing with their own problems, their own struggles, their own life. And if you spend your time worrying about what others think, seeking their approval, hoping for their validation, you are wasting energy that could be spent building the life you want. The moment you stop caring about what other people think is the moment you become dangerous. Because now you are free. Free to work as hard as you want. Free to focus on yourself without distraction. Free to put your head down and build something great without worrying about who is watching. And that is what separates winners from everyone else. The ones who win in life are the ones who do not need attention to stay motivated. They do not need applause to keep working. They do not need approval to push forward. They work in silence. They grind when no one is looking. They push themselves when no one cares. And because of that, they reach a level that most people never will. The biggest mistake you can make is thinking that other people are watching your every move, judging your progress, tracking your success. They are not. Most people are too busy dealing with their own insecurities to be focused on yours. And even if they do judge you, so what? Their opinions do not pay your bills. Their approval does not build your future. Their validation does not make you successful. Only you can do that. So stop worrying about what they think. Stop looking for support where you will never find it. Stop expecting people to understand your vision when they do not have the same drive as you. The only person who truly cares about your success is you. And that is why you must focus on yourself. You must stop comparing. Stop looking at what others have. Stop getting distracted by their success, their timeline, their progress. Focus on your own journey. Focus on your own goals. Because the second you stop competing with others and start competing with who you were yesterday, everything changes. That is when real progress happens. That is when real success is built. And that is why hard work is the only answer. If nobody cares, that means nobody is coming to help you. Nobody is going to hand you success. Nobody is going to do the work for you. It is all on you. And once you accept that, you realize that there is only one way forward. Put your head down and work. Work when you do not feel like it. Work when you are tired. Work when the results are slow. Work when nobody notices. Work when nobody believes in you. Because at the end of the day, the results will speak for themselves. When you win, when you succeed, when you build the life you want, then, and only then, will people start paying attention. But by then, you won't even need their approval. So this is the foundation. Nobody cares. Work hard. Focus on you. That is the mindset. That is the path. That is the truth that will set you apart. Most people live their lives seeking approval. They want to be liked. They want to be understood. They want others to recognize their effort, validate their progress, and applaud their success. But this is the quickest way to stay average. Because the moment you start seeking approval, you hand over control. You let other people dictate how hard you work, how far you go, and what you believe you are capable of. Nobody cares. And that is a good thing. because it means you are free, free to move in silence, free to focus on your work without distraction, free to build something great without worrying about what anyone else thinks. The problem is, most people do not see it that way. They waste energy trying to convince people to believe in them. They get discouraged when nobody notices their progress. They quit when they do not get the recognition they think they deserve. But winners understand the truth. The world does not reward effort. It rewards results. You do not get points for trying. You do not get credit for almost making it. You do not get success just because you want it badly. The only thing that matters is what you produce, what you create, what you build with your own two hands. So if you are wasting time looking for applause, waiting for someone to acknowledge your effort, stop. Nobody cares. Work hard anyway. Focus on yourself anyway. Keep pushing anyway. Because the moment you start working for yourself, not for approval, not for validation, not for attention, you will become unstoppable. And that is the first step. Detach from external validation. Stop working for recognition. Stop chasing approval. Stop expecting people to care. The second you remove that need, you will unlock a level of focus and discipline that most people will never experience. Because now you are no longer working to impress others, you are working for yourself. And that is what separates those who win from those who do not. The ones who win are the ones who keep going, even when nobody is watching. The ones who do not need motivation to show up. The ones who do not stop when it gets hard. The ones who do not care if anyone believes in them, because they believe in themselves. So ask yourself, are you working because you love the process or because you want people to notice? Are you pushing yourself because you are driven or because you want approval? Are you staying disciplined because you have a mission or because you want recognition? Because if your motivation is external, you will never last. If you need applause to keep going, you will quit the moment things get hard. Winners work in silence. They do not announce their plans. They do not waste energy telling people what they are going to do. They just do it. They put in the work behind closed doors. They grind when no one is watching. And by the time people notice, it is already too late. The results speak for themselves. And this is where focus comes in. If you want to win, you must train yourself to ignore everything that does not matter. Most people are distracted. They spend their time watching what others are doing, comparing their progress, worrying about opinions that do not matter. But the ones who win, they block out the noise. They put their head down. They lock in. Because every second you spend worrying about someone else is a second you could have spent working on yourself. Every moment you waste seeking approval is a moment you could have spent improving your skills. Every ounce of energy you give to distractions is energy you are stealing from your own progress. And that is the key. You must become obsessed with your own path. You must focus on your own journey so intensely that you do not even notice what others are doing. You must train yourself to see distractions as poison, as something that steals your success before you even have a chance to build it. Because here is the truth. Most people do not succeed because they never truly focus. They want success, but they are too busy watching other people. They want to win, but they are too distracted by opinions. They want to be great, but they let small things steal their attention. Winners do not make that mistake. Winners do not care who is watching. Winners do not care what others think. Winners do not need outside motivation because their drive comes from within. And that is why they reach a level that most people will never touch. So if you want to win, if you want to reach your potential, if you want to build the kind of life that most people only dream about, You must let go of the need for approval. You must stop looking for support. You must stop waiting for someone to notice you and start focusing on what actually matters, the work. Because at the end of the day, the people who succeed are not the ones who had the most talent, the most support, the most luck. They are the ones who worked when nobody cared. They stayed focused when nobody was watching. They pushed forward when nobody believed in them. And then one day, when the results could no longer be ignored, that is when the world finally started paying attention. But by then, they no longer needed the approval. They no longer cared about validation because they had already won. Hard work is the foundation of everything. It is the great equalizer. It is the one thing that separates those who make it from those who do not. Talent means nothing without hard work. Opportunities are worthless if you are not willing to grind. Luck is useless if you are not ready to capitalize on it. And yet, most people avoid hard work. They want success, but they do not want to put in the hours. They want results, but they do not want to sacrifice comfort. They want to reach the top, but they are not willing to climb. And that is why so many people stay stuck, because they are looking for the easy way, the shortcut, the path of least resistance. But the truth is, there is no easy way. There is no shortcut. There is no hack that will replace the work. The only way to win is to put in more effort than anyone else is willing to. The only way to separate yourself is to outwork everyone around you. The only way to build something real is to grind when nobody is watching, push when nobody is clapping, and stay disciplined when nobody cares. And that is what most people will never understand. They think success is about luck. They think it is about talent. They think it is about who you know, where you come from, or what resources you have. But none of that matters if you're not willing to work. None of that matters if you do not have the discipline to show up every single day and put in the effort, whether you feel like it or not. And that is why winners rise to the top, because they refuse to stop. They do not wait until they feel motivated. They do not need someone to push them. They have trained themselves to show up, grind, and execute no matter what. And that is the key. You must fall in love with the work. You must embrace the grind. You must train yourself to enjoy the process, to take pride in the effort, to thrive in the struggle. Because if you do not, you will never last. If you only work hard when it is easy, you will never reach your full potential. If you only push yourself when you feel good, you will never separate yourself from the pack. The people who win are the ones who work when nobody's watching, the ones who grind in silence, the ones who show up, rain or shine, tired or energized, motivated or not. And because they do that, because they have built that discipline, that work ethic, that consistency, they create a gap between themselves and everyone else that can never be closed. But here's the truth most people do not want to hear. Hard work is not enough. It is necessary, but it is not everything. You cannot just work hard. You must work smart. You must be strategic. You must have a plan. You must make sure that every ounce of effort is being directed towards something meaningful. Because there are plenty of people who work hard and never get anywhere. People who grind every day but never improve. People who put in hours but never see results. And that is because they are not working with purpose. They are just going through the motions, doing the same thing over and over, hoping something will change. Winners do not make that mistake. They work with intention. They do not just put in time, they make sure that time is productive. They do not just grind blindly. They track their progress. They refine their approach. They adjust as they go. And that is what separates them. They are not just working hard, they are working effectively. They are not just putting in effort, they are putting in the right effort. They are not just busy, they are getting better every day. And if you want to win, you must do the same. You must make sure that every hour you put in is moving you forward. You must analyze, reflect, and improve. You must push yourself, not just to work more, but to work better. And that means one thing. You must be obsessed with getting better. You must constantly be looking for ways to improve. You must demand more from yourself every single day. You must never allow yourself to stay stagnant. Because the moment you stop improving, the moment you stop pushing forward, you start falling behind. Most people do not live this way. They do the bare minimum. They settle for good enough. They work hard sometimes, but they never demand more from themselves. And that is why they stay average. Winners never settle. They never accept average. They never allow themselves to stay the same. They are constantly leveling up, constantly refining their skills, constantly searching for the next challenge. And that is why they continue to rise while everyone else stays stuck. So ask yourself, am I really working as hard as I can? Am I truly demanding the best from myself? Or am I just going through the motions? Because if you are not pushing yourself every day, if you are not obsessed with growth, with improvement, with becoming the best version of yourself, you are wasting time. And time is the most valuable asset you have. You do not get it back. You cannot buy more of it. Every second you waste is a second you could have spent getting better. Every moment you spend being distracted is a moment you could have spent building something great. So if you are serious about success, if you are serious about reaching your full potential, if you are serious about separating yourself from the rest, you must stop wasting time. You must stop getting distracted. You must stop allowing yourself to slack off even for a second. Because the truth is, the clock is ticking. And every day that you do not push yourself is a day lost. Every day that you do not go all in is a day you will never get back. Every day that you do not work as hard as you possibly can is a day that someone else, someone who wants it more, someone who is willing to grind, someone who is willing to sacrifice, is getting ahead of you. And if you let that happen, you have nobody to blame but yourself. So do not waste time. Do not wait for motivation. Do not make excuses. Do not look for shortcuts. Just work every single day, no matter what, no matter how you feel, no matter who is watching. Because at the end of the day, that is the only thing that matters. Focusing on yourself is not selfish. It is necessary. It is the foundation of success, the key to reaching your full potential, the only way to truly become great. And yet, most people never do it. They spend their time worrying about what others are doing, comparing themselves to people who have nothing to do with their journey, getting distracted by opinions, trends, and noise that have no impact on their future. Winners do not operate that way. They lock in. They block out the noise. They put their head down and focus entirely on what they can control: their work, their discipline, their habits, their improvement. And because of that, they move faster. They grow stronger. They get better every single day. Most people waste time watching others. They compare, they analyze, they judge. And while they are doing that, while they are focused on someone else's journey, they are neglecting their own. They are falling behind. They are losing. Because every second you spend looking at what someone else is doing is a second you could have spent improving yourself. And this is the reality. Nobody else's success has anything to do with you. Somebody else winning does not mean you are losing. Somebody else making progress does not mean you are stuck. Somebody else reaching the next level does not mean you are behind. The only thing that matters is your own race. The only thing that should concern you is, are you better today than you were yesterday? That is the only competition. Not with your friends, not with strangers on the internet, not with people in your industry, just you versus you. And if you can master that mindset, if you can learn to focus only on your own progress, your own growth, your own mission, you will separate yourself from 99% of the world. Because most people cannot do that. They are too easily distracted. They care too much about what other people think. They spend too much time worrying about things that have nothing to do with them. Winners do not play that game. They do not seek validation. They do not need applause. They do not waste energy comparing their chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 10. They focus on themselves. They focus on what they can control. They focus on becoming better, stronger, sharper every single day. And this is where most people get stuck. They let comparison kill their confidence. They see someone else succeeding, and instead of being inspired, they feel discouraged. They think, why am I not there yet? Why am I not winning? Why is it taking me longer? And instead of using that energy to work harder, to push themselves further, they slow down. They doubt themselves. They hesitate. But here's the truth. Everybody moves at their own pace. Some people hit success fast. Some take years. Some have advantages. Some start from nothing. It does not matter, because none of that is in your control. The only thing you control is how hard you work, how disciplined you stay, how much you focus on yourself instead of looking at everyone else. And if you can do that, if you can truly put all your energy into your own growth, your own journey, your own success, you will be shocked at how fast you progress. Because when you remove distractions, when you stop caring about opinions, when you stop wasting time comparing, all of your focus goes into getting better. And focus is power. The people who achieve the highest levels of success are not necessarily the smartest. They are not necessarily the most talented. They are the ones who are the most focused. They are the ones who have eliminated every distraction that does not serve their mission. They are the ones who have trained their mind to lock in, to work in silence, to move forward without needing external motivation. And that is why they win. So ask yourself, how much of my time is actually spent focused on me? How much of my energy is being wasted watching others? How much of my attention is being stolen by things that have nothing to do with my success? Because if you are not where you want to be yet, it is not because you are incapable. It is not because you are unlucky. It is not because somebody else is ahead of you. It is because you have not fully locked in. It is because you're still letting too many things pull you away from your mission. And if you want to win, if you want to push yourself to the next level, if you want to create the kind of success that most people only dream about, you must cut out everything that does not matter. That means removing distractions. That means cutting ties with people who do not support your vision. That means ignoring opinions that do not serve you. That means creating an environment where your only priority is yourself, your work, your discipline, your growth. Because the moment you do that, the moment you stop caring about everything that does not matter, the moment you stop looking for validation, the moment you stop wasting time, the moment you do all of that is the moment you unlock a level of progress that most people will never experience. Because now you are not distracted. You are not concerned with other people's timelines. You are not affected by opinions. You are not slowing down because of doubt. Now you are fully locked in. And when you reach that level, when your work ethic is yours, when your discipline is yours, when your drive comes from within, that is when success becomes inevitable. Focusing on yourself does not mean ignoring the world. It does not mean isolating yourself. It does not mean you do not care about others. It means you understand that you are the foundation of everything in your life. It means that before you can help anyone, before you can be great for others, before you can make an impact, you must first become the best version of yourself. Most people get this wrong. They give too much of themselves too soon. They sacrifice their time, their energy, their focus for things that do not serve them. They spend their lives trying to please others, trying to impress people who do not matter, trying to live up to expectations that were never theirs to begin with. And in doing so, they lose themselves. They lose their purpose. They lose their ability to become something great. Winners do not make that mistake. They put themselves first, not out of selfishness, but out of necessity. They understand that if they do not take care of their mind, their body, their goals, their growth, nobody else will. They understand that their success is their responsibility. Their discipline is their responsibility. Their future is their responsibility. And because of that, they protect their energy. They protect their time. They protect their focus with everything they have. Because they know that distractions are the enemy. That wasted time is wasted opportunity. That every moment spent doing something that does not serve their mission is a moment stolen from their future success. And that is why they rise while others stay stuck. Because while everyone else is busy worrying about opinions, about validation, about fitting in, winners are busy working. They are busy building. They are busy getting better. And that is why one day, when the results finally show, when the success finally comes, when the world finally takes notice, it is too late. Because by then, they have already won. Nobody cares how hard you try. Nobody cares how much effort you put in. The world only sees results. And that is why you must focus all your energy, all your discipline, all your time into becoming someone who produces results. Most people stay stuck in the cycle of almost. They almost succeed. They almost make it. They almost do something great, but almost does not count. Almost is the same as never. And the reason they stay stuck is because they focus too much on the wrong things. They care too much about opinions, too much about validation, too much about distractions that have nothing to do with their mission. And that is why they never reach their full potential. But winners are different. They do not let almost be part of their vocabulary. They do not settle for close enough. They do not allow themselves to get distracted by things that do not matter. They put their head down and do the work until the results are undeniable. And that is the mindset you must develop if you want to reach the top. You must train yourself to stay focused, no matter what. You must train yourself to stay disciplined, no matter what. You must train yourself to never let up, to never slow down, to never allow yourself to be pulled away from what actually matters. Because that is the only way to win. And here is the truth. Most people will never do this. Most people will spend their lives chasing things that do not matter. They will chase approval. They will chase validation. They will chase comfort. And in doing so, they will lose time, lose progress, lose their potential. But you do not have to be like them. You can decide right now that you will not live like that you will not waste time, that you will not be distracted, that you will commit fully to your work, to your discipline, to your own success, no matter what. Because at the end of the day, nobody cares how much you wanted it. Nobody cares how much potential you had. The world only cares about what you did. So go do it. Nobody is coming to save you. Nobody is going to do the work for you. Nobody is going to wake you up early, force you to stay disciplined, or push you to become great. It is all on you. And that is the greatest gift you could ever receive. Because it means you are in control. It means you do not have to wait for permission. It means your success is not dependent on anyone else. It means you have the power to create the life you want if you are willing to work for it. Most people never reach their full potential because they do not accept this truth. They make excuses. They blame circumstances. They wait for the perfect time, the perfect opportunity, the perfect conditions. But winners do not wait. Winners do not make excuses. Winners do not rely on luck. They take action. And that is why they win. So ask yourself, are you waiting or are you working? Are you making excuses or are you making progress? Are you wasting time or are you using every second to get better? Because at the end of the day, the ones who win are not the ones who had the easiest path. They are not the ones who were handed success. They are the ones who outworked everyone else. The ones who focused on themselves when everyone else was distracted. The ones who refused to stop when others gave up. So stop worrying about who is watching. Stop waiting for approval. Stop seeking validation. Nobody cares. Work hard. Focus on you. And when you do that, when you commit to this mindset fully, completely, without hesitation, you will be unstoppable.